So, a while back, I started playing Super Mario 3D World on my channel for a Let's Play. I actually ended up finishing this Let's Play, which is pretty rare for me. But the question is, how good is this game? Well, some disclaimers. This is my first time using this new video editing software, so there may be a few mistakes in here. Also, this is my first time doing a review type video, so I might not know what to talk about, so if I don't talk about certain topics, I am sorry. Anyway, here we go! I'm going to structure this video into parts to make it a bit easier to talk about certain topics. Anyway, my initial thoughts. I was quite young when this game came out, so I don't remember too much, because my memory is pretty bad. But if I do remember one thing, it's that I really wanted this game, ever since it came out. Well, one day I went to GameStop to buy a pre-owned game because they were having a deal on those. I was hoping 3D World would be pre-owned since it was out for a couple of months at that point, but it wasn't. Everyone kept recommending me Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze because that was pre-owned, but I wanted 3D World. That day I did get 3D World and I liked it, but a few years later I ended up getting Tropical Freeze, and spoiler alert, Tropical Freeze was the better game. I kinda liked the Donkey Kong Country games at that time, but I didn't love them yet. Nowadays, I really love the DKC games, and I think the original Donkey Kong Country is better than Super Mario World. From a gameplay standpoint, I think Super Mario 3D World has a good idea. Super Mario 3D World feels like a 2D Mario game like Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario World, but in 3D. Instead of collecting stars or shines from levels, you just need to get to the flagpole. Once again, just like the 2D games. For a 3D game though, this makes levels feel very small and empty. Going back to my previous statement, yes, this game feels like a 2D Mario game in 3D. That's all it really feels like. The 3D really only adds more empty space to run around in, and many levels feel like they could have just been a 2D Mario level. Of course, there are things in this game that could only be possible in 3D, but some levels don't feel 3D Mario. Remember how I said you don't need to collect stars? I kinda lied, sorta. Every level has 3 green stars to collect, and are basically the big collectible in the levels. They're kind of like Dragon Coins in Mario World or the Star Coins in the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Except in this game, they are needed to beat the game. The Dragon Coins and Star Coins in their games are 100% not needed to beat the game. You can beat the game without collecting one. In 3D World, there are these Bowser blocks that require you to show a certain number of green stars that scale higher as the game goes on. These are all fun and good and give you a reason to nab the green stars, but you know what isn't fun? Missing stars and having to go back to get them. This will probably happen to you in other Mario games such as Super Mario 64 and Galaxy, but here, it kinda sucks to go back. In Super Mario 64, it's fun to go back into old levels to get stars because you feel you never beat these levels. In Super Mario 3D World, you don't want to go back because you feel as though you've already beat these levels. You grab the flag and the game lets you progress, so I feel like I've been a bit hard on the game here, and I do like this game. So let me say that the controls and mechanics feel great in this game. It's still fun to bop on enemies with great control, and using the gamepad to scan an area is a really fun addition. Psst! Also, the Switch version of 3D World is out when you're watching this. Just know that it hasn't been announced on Switch yet, but it's probably going to come out. One more thing to add is this game uses the 3-point health system. That's what I choose to call it. Take a hit as Power Up Mario, go down to Super Mario. Take a hit as Super Mario and you will shrink to Small Mario, and you die if you get hit as Small Mario. The graphics in this game look pretty good. I especially love the effect neon lighting gives off in this game. The water looks really pretty, and overall the graphics look how you would expect them to. All cartoony and no hyper-realism. Sorry, creepypasta-ers. There are only a few instances of this game looking a bit off, like the Savannah levels. The lighting looks a bit weird, which makes the characters look a bit strange. Speaking of the levels, Sprawling Savannahs has a really weird pop-in issue where the grass just kind of pops into frame, but nothing game-breaking. Also, again, that Sprawling Savannah is one of the empty levels I was talking about. Probably won't dwell on music for too long because I don't really know music too well or what makes good music, but I will say that the music is pretty good. Not my favorite Mario music, but it has some good songs in there. My final thoughts are that this is a good game with little bits and pieces holding it back from being a great game. The multiple different playable characters are fun and add variety to the game. They all have their own special stats and powers, and even Princess Peach isn't the one you are saving this time, so at least they changed that up. The gameplay is good, the level design is okay, the controls are great, and the graphics are good. Maybe I'm being a little harsh with the final score, but I think my final score is 6 out of 10. I like the game, but man, it can just drag on and on. Well, that is all for this review. Hopefully you liked how I did it. Tell me if I should change anything up. But I will see you guys in the next video. See ya! My final thoughts... What?